Hello, everybody, and welcome to Architect Life's a house design simulator. It's a weird name, but we're just going to call it Architect Life, because beyond that, it gets a little crazy. Anyway, it's a new game. Don't know anything about it. Thought it had an interesting concept, and I've seen a couple little short clips about it, and I thought it'd be fun to try out. So, here we are. Welcome, everybody. Alex, Dewan, Saul, Watchdog. Let's get this party started. I'm going to be in English, obviously. You can play this game with either keyboard and mouse or with a controller. I mean, I'm down for a controller, but I think we can do keyboard and mouse. Do you want to start with the tutorial? Yes. Learn basics, delivery, advanced. I mean, let's just start with the basics first. This is our desk. So as you can see, like, we start out, we'll be doing like a model of the house first, which I thought was pretty cool concept. So like, you don't actually get to see, it's not like you just pop the house into existence or whatever you're working on, the building project. You actually get to design it in your office first on like a scale model. So I thought that was pretty cool. What up, Nathan? Kushti, Watchdog. Appreciate you guys all dropping in. We're men, we don't need no stinking tutorial. Okay. Perfect. Alright, so we want to start around by moving around the desk. So we can hold this button to do that. We can zoom in, zoom out. Okay, pretty... Oh, we can rotate by clicking. Okay, so pretty straightforward. Okay, C is a top-down camera. Noise. Zoom out. R and F move up and down levels. Okay. It's good to know. Project is divided as several phases. You got the structural work, the finishing work, the exterior, the furnishing, and the decorating. Okay. Let's go quickly to the specifications. Alright, with all projects, you need to meet the requirements for surface area, budget, and exact number of levels. Got it. So we have a $150,000 budget, no levels, and a surface of 120 square meters. You'll find rooms in the middle with... your building must have each of these. Okay, so you need at least a living room and an exterior. Room created. And then it needs to have, I'm assuming heating and cooling. And then armchair or sofa and a coffee table. And then outside you need to have at least 3 trees. Fair enough. Alright, you know what? Let's go ahead and quit. Let's just start. I can't think of a single thing that could go wrong. What up, Jess? How's it going? Adam? Christopher? Yeah, just something different. You guys know me. I like to try different things. Alright, so we got to choose from 3 different projects that have been put on our desk. First, we have the Mill Project, which is a very simple, maximum freedom is very low. Exterior is pretty bare. 9 months, so we have 270 days to complete the project. 7 rooms in total, $107,000 budget with a single level. Okay. The Hermitage Project, we have a little bit more freedom, a little bit more rooms, and a little bit more exterior. Still a single level, a little bit lower budget, 7 rooms, also 9 months. And then Hope Street Project. Similar levels of freedom, very simple design. We have 10 months, so we have a little bit more budget, a little bit more time to get this finished. And this is kind of an interesting layout of a lot, too. Let's go with this one. I like the Hope Street. All right, so here we are. So, if we go to the specs, you can see that we are going to have 7 rooms, which one of them is considered an exterior, so that's not necessary. But we need to have at least 100 meters square. Okay, first of all, is there there's got to be options, right? Like, can I get some actual... Yeah, give me feet. God dang. I'm American. Interface size is fine. I don't mind that. Let's turn the music down a little bit. I don't mind sounding like I'm in a Jack-in-the-Box, but a little bit annoying. Everything else is fine. Did it turn down at all? I swear it's not actually working. There we go. That's better. You gotta apply it, apparently. Alright, graphics. I mean, we should be on Ultra. Like, I've got a pretty good PC. I don't know why all this stuff is... I don't know. I'm a keep it where it is. It's fine. Alright, everything else is good. Let's go ahead and leave. Alright, so we need... Why is it still in 100 meters? God. It says 100 meter cube. Am I crazy? I click feet. Oh my god. Do I have to leave and then come back? Okay, quit. Let's try this again, shall we? Career. Just double check, make sure it's... Okay, it is in feet. Alright, go into career. Delete that. How do we... Oh, it's the delete key. Alright, let's try this again, shall we? Surely it'll be in feet this time. Alright, we were going for Hope Street. Hey, there we go. So we need a 1,000 square foot, or 1,076 square foot building. So let's get this party started. And we're going to need several rooms. Now, I like the shape of this. Like, it's a little different. Now, you could go standard here and just kind of go with like a basic box. But I kind of like the idea of keeping the house in the shape of the lot. Just something different. So let's see what we can do. First of all, let's go to our specs. So we need a living room, we need a kitchen, we need a Bernard's room. Okay, I'm assuming that's the person. We need bathroom, a washroom, and a laundry room. I don't know if that's actually called a Bernard's room, or if it's just the name of the person that's going to be in it. What up, Forsaken? Fontaine, how's it going? What up, Ender? Alright. Anyway, let's go get this party started, shall we? So we need to do structural work first. How do we do this? You know what? What if I do this? I suck on keyboard and mouse. Of course, this kind of game doesn't really lend itself very well. Alright, but if we go to options, we should be able to do... is there a specific type of wall or whatever that they want to use? Okay, that's going up and down. Alright, if we go to specs, what is it supposed to be made out of? Anybody know? A gabled or shed roof. I don't know what that is. Where does it tell us, like... Okay, this is our budget. Okay, that's fine. Where? Okay, exterior. Where does it tell us, like, what it's supposed to be made out of? Do I not have a requirement? I'm a little bit worried. Ah, heck with it. We'll just start working here. All right, so objects. In terms of walls, I kind of like the idea of having a brick wall. So I think we're going to go from like 1,000 square feet is actually not that much. We've got buildings on the right. We got our main road to the left, but this is the entryway, according to this. So we want our building to be kind of along here. It's a little bit awkward. I'm going to be switching back and forth between keyboard and mouse and stuff probably. But let's do something like this. Oh my god. See, this is what kills me. Like, I'm not used to playing PC games like this. And it's just throwing me off. God dang. I'm so useless with a freaking keyboard and mouse. Alright. What does that give us in terms of our overall square footage? 1,072. But that doesn't quite fit what I was looking for. I mean, it kind of does. Just a little bit awkward. All right. Let's cancel that. Hold on. Am I crazy? Like, why can I not get this to line up the way I want? Like, that is supposed to be symmetrical, right? That's 1,000, or okay, 1116. We'll go with that. All right, so that's our basic wall structure. Now we got to do our internal like structure and all that stuff. I just wanted to do a different sort of shape to kind of go with the lot. Just kind of something different. What up, Puerto Rican gamer? Good to see you. Alexio, appreciate you dropping in. All right, so if we go to our specs, we have made the surface area. That's fine. We need at least 9 windows. We'll deal with that once we figure out where our rooms are going to be. We need a living room, a kitchen, a Bernard's bedroom, a bathroom, a washroom, a laundry room. Okay, so let's figure out where we're going to have the living room and the kitchen first. Well, if we're going to go into objects, we should be able to go find us a doorway. Our door is going to be pretty basic. I don't think we go anything too crazy here. I kind of like just this basic white door, to be honest. And we'll put that right there. Okay. So what I'm thinking is we have... Okay, let's go to top down. So as you can see, this is our internal part of our house. So if we go into walls, we should be able to go into partitions. We'll have some plasterboard partitions. Seems a little bit cheaper. So we'll go with that. Where do we want the living room to be? I think that this corner over here makes the most sense for a living room. And this side over here makes the most sense for kitchen because it's more squared, right? When you look at it, it's a little bit more squared. So how do I want to approach this? If we set up for the living room, we can put, let's see, I kind of want the front door to go straight into a living room. So that would mean we go something like this. Oops. Cancel. I ain't gonna lie, the controls are a little bit funky. Let's cancel that. Alright. Let's go. Something like that. Alright. So there's our living room. I know it's kind of massive. It's a huge part of the house, but it makes the most sense, right? I also like an open floor plan if we can do that. I don't even know how you would do that. All right, so this would be the living room. How many other... We need kitchen, Bernard's bedroom, bathroom, washroom, laundry room. Okay, so Bernard is our customer. Okay, so he's a single person. He only wants one bedroom. Okay, perfect. But he wants a washroom and a bathroom for some reason. Seems to me if you're just a single person, you'd have a master bathroom and that'd be it. But either way, kitchen. Like I said, I think the kitchen's going to be over here off of the main room. So let's go ahead and do that. So we'll put that over there. That's going to be the kitchen. I'm going to try to figure out how we can make this work. Okay, so we can actually get rid of the walls to make it a little bit easier to see. Okay, that's great. Okay. And then we will need a washroom. And we got to figure out our hallways and stuff too, right? We need a washroom, we need a bedroom, we need a laundry room. It's going to be a master bedroom, so I feel like that would be a big part of the house. And we would probably put a master bathroom on the bedroom. So I'm thinking like through here. Okay. And then we would have a little partition off for the master bathroom. Again, it's hard to tell like what the size you need is. Put that through there. Okay, so that'll be our like master bathroom. And then right alongside that, I feel like we would have our washroom. But the washroom's going to come off of the main here. And a washroom would be essentially just toilet and sink, right? So like we don't need as crazy of a thing here. So we'll have a natural hallway here. Okay, the snapping is driving me crazy here. Come on. Why is it snapping like that? Can I... There we go. I think it's probably the closest. Why is it... Alright, you know what? I've got to figure this out. I feel like this game is made for keyboard and mouse a lot easier. Why won't it let me... It won't let me snap, or it won't let me create there. This looks pretty cool. Is this PC? It's on PC, but I think it's on all the consoles as well. I could be wrong, but I think it is. It just does not want me to create this. Like, in my head, this is going to be like a washroom right here, but it won't let me do that. Alright, can we... Is there a way to change, like, the grid size? Because, like, I want this to go through here, but it doesn't seem to want me to do that. And I can't seem to put this anywhere else. Now, I guess I could just do this. But again, the snapping is driving me crazy. Where can I stop the snapping? There's got to be a way to stop snapping. Objects was, let me see if I can find the goddamn key. Okay, we get out of that. Okay, here we go. So, if we go... What is that goddamn key? Where are you hiding? So this is where my knowledge of keyboards drives me crazy. Is that spacebar? It is spacebar. Okay. I was like, I don't know what that key's supposed to be. Okay, so that's spacebar. Perfect. But it still doesn't tell me, like, isn't there a way to stop snapping? Like, I thought there was a... That's just the different levels. But why won't it let me put this in here? Let's see. Control is the measurement. Okay, so I can actually change... Oh, that just tells us the actual measure. Okay. Well... Grid, if we press up. Okay, so that's the snapping, but how does that work? Because I pressed up and it didn't do anything. And then this would be to change the floors, which we're not doing. Okay, if I press up now. Am I? Okay, hold on. Options, keyboard, mouse. Like, I get that, but how do you change the grid? Like, it says up. You can also do curvature, which is nice, so that's spacebar. Grim, thank you for the $20 bomb, my dude. Appreciate you. God dang it. That's menu. Doesn't really tell me anything. What if we go with this? if I'm back into using my controller, LB is snapping grid. Okay, so if we take the snapping off, can we do that then? No, it still does not want to let me do this. Why does it not want me to do this? I'm so confused. Like, I kind of want a hallway here with the washroom coming out of the main. This is driving me crazy, y'all. Like, why won't it let me do that? Okay, so I can come off of here, and we're fine. So I'm assuming it's angles that are the problem. Okay, if we come through here, we could connect that, I guess. I don't want to connect it. I guess we'll connect it. Screw it. We'll just connect it. I wanted a hallway right there. That's annoying. But this will be the master bathroom. This will be the washroom, I think. And then, of course, we've got our living room over here. What else did we need? If we go to specs, we got living room, kitchen, Bernard's bedroom, bathroom, washroom, laundry room. Oh, we need a laundry room as well. Okay, let's figure this out. So, if this is going to be the kitchen slash dining room, I mean, you want all the wet stuff next to one another, in theory. So, I guess the laundry room would be on this. I guess the laundry room would be like here. Boy, it really doesn't like the angles. Okay, I guess that's the laundry room. Okay. What else do we need? So, kitchen, living room, Bernard's bedroom, bathroom, washroom, laundry room, and the exterior. So we actually have a little bit extra room here. Can I select this wall? Like, if I select this wall here, can I delete that? No! Undo! Cancel! Woo! Oh, God. I just want the interior wall. Like, can I select this particular wall? Yes, this wall. Can we delete that wall? Thank you. Perfect. Alright, so that wall goes away. I was about to lose it. Alright, how did we end up making this so goofy? Like, we got a nice backyard area over here. Just trying to figure out what the most likely... I guess this would make sense to get rid of, too. So that opens this up. We would have the kitchen over this direction. That makes sense. Then this is the living room. This whole area, I guess. We have our laundry room coming off of the kitchen. Our washroom also coming off the kitchen. And then the bedroom comes off of the main room here. And then this is the master bathroom here. Okay. Can we get down from the top-down camera? Thank you. Alright, so we need to go into objects. We need to get some doors. This is an interior door. Oh. I screwed up. This one, actually, if I select this, this is supposed to be deleted. I put the wrong type of door down. Alright, so we need an exterior door. What kind of exterior door are we looking at? Like, I'm kind of wanting something simple. They don't really have a simple exterior door. I guess this would be the most simple. So we'll throw that in there. How about that? Put that there. What up, Zarky? Why is the structure this shape? Because the lot is this shape. So this is our lot that we're building on, right? This is the shape of it. I just wanted to do something a little different rather than go with like straight 90-degree angles. Thought it'd be cool to have something unique shaped. And it's been a pain in my neck so far for our first house. Alright, so we need interior doors. Now, we went with a darker door on the outside, so I think we go with a lighter door on the inside. Now, I'm assuming that this arrow tells me which direction that the door opens to. I'm assuming that's how that works. Because that would have the door open inside. This would open outside. Yeah, I think that's how that works. Okay, we'll put a door there. No, that's the laundry room, right? So that door would come in from here. And we want this to face out. So we'll put that there. This is the washroom. Or no, that's the master bathroom. So we want this one. There. That'll be for the washroom. And then, of course, we want our master bathroom to have a door coming in from the bedroom. And then our bedroom itself I think we'll open to the inside for this one. Most of these are opening to the outside because they're relatively small rooms. Alright, so that's all of our doors. Right? Now we got to figure out what we're going to do over here for the kitchen. If I get rid of this... Okay, now this should still be considered like a separate area. This can be the kitchen. Obviously, we've got this will be for our laundry room. We've got our master bathroom, our washroom. We've got our main living space over here. I wanted a big open kind of concept, and I think we got that. So let's go ahead and go to, I guess... If we go in here, we could go ahead and go for windows now. So what kind of windows do we want on this place? That's the next thing. If we go out, how do we toggle visibility? There we go. So this is kind of what we're looking at. So what kind of windows do we want for this place? I'm thinking some decent regular style kind of windows. I don't need anything too crazy. Maybe a couple double windows here in the front. Something like that. We gotta have at least 9 windows. I kind of want a large window on... Not really. I mean, it's a pretty small house, so large windows don't make a whole lot of sense, I guess. But we want a lot of light in the front room area. Or the living room. Let's go something like that. In terms of the bedroom, let's see. Let's go with, okay. Sun rises in the east, sets in the west. So this would be sunrise window. That way you can get plenty of sun in the morning, if you can get any sun at all from the buildings. And then we'll give it a second one. How close are we? About there. Alright. Obviously, we don't want any crazy windows in the bathroom. We'll put a couple of windows here for the kitchen. Alright, how many windows is that? So, we need one more window. I guess we could put one right in the middle of those. Hello? Why won't that attach? Like, everywhere else it was fine. Like, it just snaps to the wall. Alright, I guess we could move this one over. I don't know why it won't let me snap. Oh, is that because there's like two pieces of a wall there? Ah, I bet that's what it is. I bet that's what it is. Okay, well, let's move this particular window over a little bit closer. And then we will put a second window in for the kitchen. How about that? There we go. So that's all of our windows that we need for the house. It's going to be a lot of light. What up, Torch? Foxbody, good to see you. Alright, so now, I think that gives us our basic layout, right? We've got all of the things that we need. We've got our doors that tell us where we need to go. We've got a very large living room. I think we can go ahead and do our you see, that's structural work. Alright, so finishing work. Let's see what we got. Alright, heaters, fireplaces, stoves, air conditioning. Roofing. Oh, that's the other thing we haven't done. We haven't figured out our roofing situation. This is walls. Okay, so flooring. I like a wooden floor, especially with all of the brick. I feel like some sort of like we've got kind of a darker doorway, so maybe we go with like a walnut. Let's paint that area there. That'll be walnut. I think that's fair. Kind of warms it up a little bit, maybe. Looks kind of dark in there, don't it? Alright, let's delete that texture. Hold on. Maybe we go with a lighter wood. Let's go ash. See what that... Oh yeah, that looks better. That looks better. A little bit lighter wood. I like that. Okay. And then, of course, in our kitchen, we would want to go some sort of tile. And I think we go with... I think we go with black tile. Let's see what that looks like. It's not bad. Okay. So, black tile there. Laundry room, also probably going to be like a white tile. So, we'll go ahead and paint that. Um, our bathrooms, probably go with like a white tile. I don't think we need to go too crazy. And then, of course, our bedroom over here, I would like to have some carpet. So let's see what kind of carpet we can do. Got blue, wave, black lines, abstract. Like, is that all? That's all we got? I think black carpet. Yeah, that's fine. I think that's fine. Although, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I feel like we should make the master bedroom a little bigger. Because I feel like our living room is taking up half of our place here. Alright, let's try that. Let's go here. Let's delete. Delete that. Let's click this particular wall. Delete it. Delete that. We are going to bring the master bedroom over. I think. We've been using this, so we want to bring that down this direction. Something like that. I think that'll work. It's an awkward, it's kind of a weird, like, look for a room, but I think it'll work. I think it'll work. All right, let's go ahead and get our door back. Interior door. Again, I want that door to open to the inside. We'll put that door in there. Okay. And now this will be our living area. This will be our bedroom. That makes more sense to me. All right, let's go back. Carpet, black, is fine. Put that in there. Perfect. And then we will go into, I think, I kind of like the idea of having exposed brick as the interior. But also I think we could change that up. Let's see what we can do in terms of like paint on the walls. What should we have for like interior wall? We could do wallpapers. But I'm really not that keen on wallpapers most of the time. Could just have like stucco walls. All right, in the kitchen, I think we go with like, we kind of have to put let's put our furniture down and then we'll figure out our wall situation. How about that? Because I got to know where we're going to have like the stove and all that stuff. I feel like the stove would be over here. But at the same time, like now that window being there is kind of a bad thing. Because having the window right next to the stove seems like a terrible idea. What up, Simple Man? How's it going? Bruce, good to see you. Appreciate you dropping in. Reggie. Tiger Man, Norska, Krell, man, everybody in here tonight. Appreciate you guys all dropping in. Hope everybody's having a good time. Again, I know this isn't really the best one in terms of, the best game for me in terms of, like, being able to watch chat because it requires me to, like, think a lot. And y'all know I can't do two things at the same time. All right, let's go in and do our furnishing. How about that? All right, so let's go with living room first. We need an armchair or sofa and a coffee table. Okay. So we need some sort of armchair or sofa. I'm thinking we have to have at least a nice sofa, right? I kind of like this like wraparound sectional. Trying to think about the lighting situation too. We can actually change the color. But I kind of like just like the brown leather. I think that works with what we're doing. So let's set this. Wow, that's a lot bigger than it looks. That's what she said. Can we stop snapping? LB, stop snapping. Let's see. I mean, I could put it over here, kind of. I'm not gonna lie, that corner is kind of driving me crazy now. Like, in my head, this worked out a lot better than it actually has. But I feel like right here is probably the most ideal spot for this. We'll put that there. We would need... What else do we need? We need armchair or sofa. We already got that. Wait, do we have to, like... How do we name the rooms? Structure, merge, divide, columns. Oh man, there's a lot of stuff here. Configuration? Okay, so this is how we do this. Okay, so this will be the living room. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this real quick. So this will be the kitchen. Configuration. This is kitchen. This is the laundry room. This is the bathroom. This is Bernard's bedroom. And this is going to be the washroom. Okay. So now we should be able to go in and do our furnishing. And now this should be working with what we're actually trying to do here. So if we look at our living room, we do have officially one armchair or sofa. We need a coffee table. So let's get that. What works with that specific setup? I kind of like this. I think this fits really well. It's kind of hard to see. Okay, where's my top down? Top down is this button. Okay. So we want it to be about right there, I think. Very nice. All right. We've got that figured out. So now if we go into specs, we should be able to click on kitchen. We need a sink, a cooktop oven, and base units. What is this game about? Well, it's about being an architect. So we get to lay out the floor plan and design of houses depending on what the customer is ordering. And then you guys will see once we design the model for it. This right now is just the model. Once we design the model for it, then we're going to go in and after the fact be able to see whether or not like it gets built and whatnot. I think it's a cool idea. I just haven't actually done it. All right, here's our kitchen. So base unit. Like I'm thinking this makes sense over here on this wall. Something like that. Then we need a sink. What are we looking at? This is range, little color. Integrated hood. Like, wait, does this go on top of... Like, how does this work? Like, that would just be put on top of whatever, right? Okay. I think I see how this works. Okay. So, if we're going to do that, then I feel like we would need another one of these. There we go. We'll have 3 of them. Not sure why that one's sticking out a little bit. Kind of annoying. There we go. Now they're all together. All right, now we should be able to put our cooktop. Actually, this one might need to go. Let's delete that. I feel like we need to have like a corner piece there, if we can. So this is what we were using. So maybe we can... See, it's just going to snap, isn't it? This is harder than you'd think. All right, let's move that up. Let's move that up. Why are they not? There we go. I don't know why that does that. I think that works, though. All right. Let's get us a cooktop. We've got electric. Probably just going to be electric. Don't need gas. Can't think of a single thing that could go wrong. Put that there. Fair enough. All right, so that gives us our cooking top. Now we just need a sink of some sort. So let's look at sinks, shall we? I feel like the lighter color wood sink fits with what we got going on in the kitchen. So that'll probably be what we choose. Only thing I don't like so far is that we don't really the way I have the floor plan laid out, I don't really have a clean way to put like more countertop space. And that means those drawers aren't going to open properly. So we'd actually need to pull that down a little bit. There we go. All right, I think that works. If we go back into finishing work, should be able to now change like our walls. Maybe do a little bit of white tiling for the kitchen. Let's see, for the bathroom, I think basic. Laundry room, same. Like, I think we just go basic there. I don't think we need to go too crazy. So just some sort of off-white, maybe. Okay. There we go. I think we do the same thing with the walls separating there. Doesn't need to be too fancy. There we go. And then in terms of the bedroom, I feel like we could do a little bit. Honestly, I like the exposed brick. I really do. Like, I don't think we need to cover up the exposed brick on the bedroom and the living room. I think we can leave that. All right. Let's go back into furnishing. What up, Snow? How's it going? Appreciate you guys. Yeah, this is just a chill game, something different. Nothing to get ragey about. Just kind of relaxing, having a good time. All right, we need to go and look at our bedroom next, I think. Oh, see, we don't have heaters and stuff. That's under finishing work. HVAC. Ah, got it. Okay. So it's requesting heat. It doesn't care about anything else. So I think we go with like some sort of base heater. How big is this room? That'll go in to decide what we're doing as well. Do we know like what the size of this room is? Surface area. I mean, we've made that. What I'm looking for specifically is how big this individual room is. Do we know how big that is? Okay, living room. Okay, I see it up there. 394 square feet. Okay, perfect. All right, now we figured that out. All right, so if we go into, we need the actual heater. So basically, this can do 216 square feet. We need something that's capable of 394. So we would need 2 of these base heaters. Or we would need something a little bit nicer for that room. This room is 237 square feet. Does 216. Can't we just get like central heating? I feel like central heating and cooling would be nice. Also, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of love that. I mean, it seems a bit excessive for this little place. Wait, how? God darn it. This is 592 square feet worth of heating. I do like it though. Alright, let's put this. I can't put it there. No! Alright, I guess that's out of the question. Alright, well, I guess we just start slapping these base heaters around. Put that one there. We'll need a second one. That one there. Put that one there. Wait, that completed the laundry room? Ah! Can I get it off the floor? Not gonna lie, that's kind of annoying. Kind of annoying. Okay. Heating is finished, apparently. Alright, so what do we got? We got heating for all of them, so we don't have to worry about that. That's perfect. What else do we need? We need a bed, single or double bed. I mean, that's sadness. Gotta have at least a queen-size bed. Who sleeps on a single? What up, Philip? How's it going? Ace, appreciate you dropping in. Glad you enjoyed, Ace. Alright, let's go for... Whoops. This. We need some sort of bed. Bedroom. I'm thinking some sort of double bed. Simple. I like it. Alright, let's change colors maybe. Yeah, there we go. That's what we're dealing with. Okay. Let's put that bed right there, I think. Again, it's a little bit awkward, but it'll work. That is the bedroom done. So now we just got to furnish the laundry room, the washroom, and the bathroom. Alright, so what's next? We need... washroom needs a toilet. I mean, technically, the washroom doesn't even need a sink, apparently. It just needs a toilet. Which is disgusting. But, you know, it exists. We want washroom. Just a basic toilet. Doesn't need to be crazy. Give us plenty of room here. Okay. I mean, I can't not have a sink. I'm sorry. I need a sink. Where is the sink? Wash basin. Do you not have like a smaller wash basin? I feel like that's fine. Can we stop snapping, please? Well, it really doesn't want us to have any room there, does it? Like, I'm trying to snap it over there. I guess I could rotate this around. I ain't gonna lie. The fact that it won't let me snap to that wall is kind of annoying. I guess there's gonna be no room in that bathroom, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and look at our next bathroom. We need a bath, shower, and wash basin. You know what? Screw it. It doesn't ask for it. We're not going to give it to him. Alright, we'll put this right there. And we need some sort of bath or shower. Honestly, I kind of like the look of this. Can we make that work? Turns out things are a lot bigger than you'd think. Okay, turn snapping off. Put that there. I hate that it's like not... I can't do it. I can't do it, man. Why is it so goddamn tiny? Who designed the floor plan for this place? Why won't it let me just put this up against the wall? You know what I'm saying? Alright, I guess that's about as good as we're gonna get. Now, the one thing I didn't look at is, if we go to here, select that. Okay, it is opening to the bedroom. Okay, perfect. Okay, I just didn't want the door to be opening into the bathroom. Alright. Alright, so we've got our shower. I mean, we could throw a toilet in there. Probably. Not going to leave much room, but probably do it. Put that right there. That way you got a toilet there as well. Alright. I think that is everything. Oh, we got to do the laundry room. I forgot about the laundry room. Where is the laundry room? Oh, wait. Laundry room didn't need any actual equipment. So they're going to bring their own washer, dryer, and all that stuff, apparently. Perfect. Everything is good. The only thing we got to work on is the outdoor. We need a shed. We need some sort of shed. Oh, we didn't put a doorway to, like, the back. We gotta have a doorway to the back. Right? Oh, that's annoying. Alright, well, let's take this and move it down. We'll put that there. And then we will put a doorway. It is an exterior door. And we want this. I mean, this is what we had on the back. So it's kind of a dark doorway. But I'm thinking something like a French doorway to the backyard. And I do want this to open to the outside. Put it right there. That'll work. Perfect. Okay. That I like. Okay. So that gives us a way to get out back. Now we need some sort of shed out back. Okay, so we just need some sort of shed. I feel like which one would... I think this looks better. So if we're going to do that, I guess we would have this, like, maybe... Yeah, maybe right there. There we go. Exterior's finished. I don't need to do anything else. Let's look at everything else. If we look at our specs, how are we on budget? Total budget's $117,400. Structural work is $25,000. I mean, estimated profit right now is $38,000. I feel like that's pretty good. How long is it going to take? Does it tell us like an estimate on time to completion? I feel like we're doing okay, right? Like if we're estimating $38,000 in profit on a $117,000 house, I feel like that's a good thing. Okay, and you can even get like a breakdown of the cost of everything. That's kind of cool. All right, well, I think... Like, I don't need to go into decorating or anything crazy. We got to do roofing. I didn't realize. I mean, it makes sense, but... Okay, so roofing. What kind of roofing? We got, honestly... I think for the type of house that we are, I think either a hipped roof or a flat roof would make the most sense. I think the flat roof makes the most sense. There we go. And then I think you actually have to go into finishing work. And then paint this. I think it would just be like... Do you actually need to paint that? I don't know that you do. I don't even hate the fact... Oh god, we missed the spot. Hold that thought. We goofed. How do we change this? Alright, if we select that one, move wall, do that. Select that one, move wall. I hate it. And we ended up going over the edge over here. Like, just delete it all. Can I delete all of these? How do we delete? There we go. Alright, let's try this again, shall we? Objects. Roofing. Flat. How's that look? Still not perfect. Why is this line not like listening? Got a little bit of an overhang over here. I don't mind it. Screw it. We're fine. We're fine! They can decorate everything else. We're saving money. We've met what the thing wants, right? Finishing is missing. Your building has a few problems. What are we missing? Oh, do I have to do like finishing work on all of the things? All right, what are we missing? Oh, okay. I forgot about that. All right, what did we use here? We used white tile, right? Okay, that's what it is. Okay, so we had white tile for the kitchen. So we got to go in and do all of the... There's no real easy... how do we hide the thing? Okay, let's just do this. Okay, so we put white tile there. Okay, so that is the kitchen. Now we did... Like, I don't want to cover that, though. So you can't have the exposed brick. You actually have to, like, finish it with brick. Which is kind of dumb. I think it's just red brick. But we'll have that on this wall. And this wall. Okay, so that's the front room. And then we'll put the brick... there, there, and there. Did that work? Now, this wall here should be the white, or the off-white paint that we ended up doing. Which I think was this cool light. Okay. Did I miss something? So that's that whole wall. That's that whole wall. Wait, do we have to do the roofing? of the areas? Because I don't feel like you do. Like, I feel like it leaves it. Every What up, everybody? Sorry I'm taking so long to like read chat, but this again, this is one of those games that just takes your attention. So I do apologize. Um, so Bernard's bedroom is still having some finishing issues. Everything else seems to be finished. So what have I missed? Like, we've got this painted. That's fine. Thought I paint. Oh, there's like a color here. Okay. Okay, that's not it. Well, what in the world? Is there a specific type of finishing? Gabled or shed roof. Oh, did I screw that up maybe? All right, let's go exterior. Objects. Oh, okay, so they wanted a gabled or shed roof. Well, how are we going to make that work? Doesn't make any sense. Okay. Oh man, I managed to unpaint. Managed to unpaint. And then the red brick. There we go. So that's now completed. Perfect. We just got to figure out the roofing situation now. How do I get back to the roof? Like, I know it's on structure work, right? Okay, there's the roof. Okay. So if I just click on... Why won't it let me click on the roof? Is it considered exterior? Oh, brother. I didn't realize I could... Like, how do I select the roof? If we go automatic... You'd think it would be, like, easy enough to grab... going to have to go back in and refinish all the stuff that I just did because I can't seem to get rid of the roof. Like, I can't even see the roof. Okay. Roof is gone. So now I should be able to go in, put our gabled roof on, automatic. Automatic doesn't work apparently. Why does it not? It really does not want me to do this. What is going on? Do I have to go up? Okay, I go up. Okay, now can I go automatic? There we go. Okay, that's great. Now we can color in the rest of this. Okay, so now we should be able to go to finishing work. We do our... I think this is actually pink brick, isn't it? It's fine. I think it's supposed to be pink brick, actually. No, because that doesn't work either. Why is it all different? Okay, well, we'll have to do the bottom section in a minute. In terms of the actual... roofing. So that's floor, wall, roofing. Okay, we can go with like a tile. Or we can go with something... kind of want to go with a darker roof. I think like a flat slate roof. There we go. Now we are going to have to go back down a level and then paint all of our freaking walls with the same color. Even though I like the other color a little bit better. There we go. All right. Okay. I think that's all of that. So let's go ahead and put in our cool light walls. There we go. That's the bedroom done. We already painted that, so that should be fine. Now the last thing should be the white tile. That we have in the kitchen. There we go. So the kitchen is finished. All right. I think we're done. Finally. I think it's okay looking. It's different. But I think it'll work. Let's go for it. Yep, I finished. I have met all of my client's specifications. You are free to continue with the project. Confirm. Need a gabled roof? Yeah, that's what I was working on. Doesn't need a ceiling. Sunroof could be cool depending on how it looks. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we could do. Right now, this is just the first building, so I kind of wanted to like just do the bare minimum needed. Oh wait, now I've got to choose like actual costs, or I've got to choose my actual contractors, huh? Okay, well, I mean, I guess we go with the fastest, right? Let's go with Miami and Pirelli. We're cutting into our budget a little bit here, but I do want to kind of use like finishing work. We're going to be using Beavers. I know it's probably Bevers, but that's kind of funny. Beavers it is. And then exterior work. Again, we'll go with the Great Outdoors, I guess. All right. I think we're good. So it's going to take 284 out of the 300 days, so we meet our timeline, hopefully. Yep, confirm. Now we get to see our actual house be built, I believe. Something tells me they're not putting up a big crane like that to build this little house. Also, I don't know why we're looking at the park right now. There we go. Weather! The weather was forecast was right. Unfortunately, this morning we had to stop working on the site because of the rain. Well, we'll just have to lose a day. I mean, we should be fine. We still had a couple of days, so we should be fine. Look at the area that we're in. Our house is like the most unique out of all of them. You know, everybody else is like these like boxy modern like things. Right here we are with like an old school like brick. It's pretty plain, I ain't gonna lie. The front facing side needed a little bit of work, I guess, but the house is ready. Construction is finished. Let's visit. So now's the fun part. Now we actually get to visit our thing. So let's go ahead and open the door. When we walk in, we got this nice little living room area with an open concept to the kitchen so that you don't feel too cramped. All right? Then in here we have our laundry room. Obviously, they're going to have to bring their own stuff in here. Then of course, in here we have our washroom with no way to wash up, but we at least have a toilet. You can wash your hands in the sink when you come out of the bathroom, I guess. But our kitchen looks nice. Nothing too crazy. And then, of course, our living room over here. We got this nice little seating area, little wraparound couch with a coffee table. Open our door. This does open to the inside, which is fine. I actually think I meant for that to open to the inside of the bedroom. But that's fine. It's okay. But the bedroom looks really cool. I like this bedroom a lot. Got plenty of heating in here for the bedroom. And then our master bathroom in here as well with our shower. Now, the question is, should I take pictures? Like, I don't know. And then the kitchen. The bedroom. Like, the bare minimum, but I like it. Alright. Other than that, I think we're good. Let's go ahead and quit the site visit. Continue and save. Confirm. All right, let's see how we look. Wait, bonus perks. What kind of bonus perks was I supposed to give him? I didn't realize I was supposed to give him bonus perks. But the clients are happy with the work. The project was a success. Perfect. Not bad for our first little house. All right, we gained some XP as well. And we managed to make $8,600 in profit. I thought we were supposed to make like $38,000 in profit. What is the firm called? What do we call our place? Now, I'm usually like, let's see, if you think of like architecture, what would we call this? Like, I usually go with elite. But what kind of architecture? So elite designs, maybe. I feel like that's on the nose, right? Elite designs. What up, paramedic? Spartan Tech. They wanted a gold toilet with 3 seashells, right? What up, Nathan? I think elite designs works. I don't think we need to go too crazy. All right, so we have $108,000 in the bank. Perfect. And we get our first medal. Elite Designs has opened. It's quite brave for someone as young as you to open their own firm, but you have definitely got what it takes. Now it's up to you to grow your firm, maintain a healthy cash flow, and ensure customer satisfaction. The more projects you complete successfully, the more challenging and ambitious the request for a proposal will be. Perfect. All right, so I get a perk, huh? So what kind of perks should we choose? You can use solar panels, wind turbines, which increase customer satisfaction. And you can use wood stoves, which are more cost-effective and efficient than fireplaces. Okay, waste recycling. Major structural work elements are 5% cheaper. Natural insulation reduces the heating and air conditioning requirements for rooms by 10%. Green construction. You can use straw walls and partitions, which reduce the heating and air conditioning needed for any rooms containing them. Okay. Stilt specialist. You can build over water, but only the ground level can be over water. Okay. Construction expertise. Construction surcharge for rocky ground is 75% lower. The cost of all contractors is 10% lower. I feel like that would save us some money. You can destroy obstacles for a fee. Okay. Art of persuasion. The first surface area level or finishing criterion for rooms not met won't result in a penalty to satisfaction. Interesting. You earn 10% more experience. I mean, that also seems like a good idea. First material criteria not met. What result? Okay. And then landscape, you can add outdoor elements that haven't been requested to increase the customer satisfaction. Okay. Well, that's kind of cool. I think the thing that we should probably go for early would probably be the construction, the skilled negotiator. The reduces the contractor's fees by 10%. I feel like that's going to save us a decent amount of money over time. I think we go with that. Okay. And we get out of that. Perfect. Confirm. Wait, did I just click on... I just clicked on it. Whoopsie. Alright, I want to go back into career. Elite Designs. Oh, continue game. I didn't see where it said continue game. I'm like, I don't understand what's going on. Alright, so we got three new proposals. We got Cachon Le Lys, or Le Lys. The Old Rock. I kind of like that area, I ain't gonna lie. And then Les Pinsons. Now, we already did one goofy. I think we go with this one, to be honest. Like, this is kind of cute, too. How big do you want? Okay, you want 8 rooms, you want 7 rooms. We got a $137,000 budget on the left. Lorenzo and Julia are a retired couple who want to spend a second home in the Alps. I think we go for that one. This is a little bit bigger of a home. Yeah, I think we go with the Alps. What do you guys think? What up, Midnight? How's it going? Koi? Had I played Forza Horizon? Of course. I've actually got streams of it on the channel. All right, so this is where we're at. Okay, so if I'm going to do anything... Okay, so the front is here. I definitely want to show off some of the scenery off on the left side. So I feel like we're going to have like a nice viewing area over that direction. But first and foremost, let's look at our specs. So we are going to need a living room, a dining room, a kitchen, a washroom, a bathroom, the master bedroom, and some sort of exterior. We do need a garage as well. And a pond. Ooh, we get to put up a pond. Very nice. We get to go a little bit ham with this one. Okay, so first things first, they need 1,184 square feet minimum. Okay. So we're gonna probably offset. Okay, if I want to show off this, I feel like the garage should be on the right side then, and then we'll put the house over on this side. All right, let's do that then. We will go with a wall. What kind of wall? Did they specify a wall? They want at least 10 windows total and 3 medium windows. That's a lot of windows. One floor is fine. Wait. Lorenzo and Julia's bedroom is supposed to be an adjoining bedroom? An adjoining Lorenzo and Julia's bathroom, or the bathroom should be okay. I see what they're doing there. So they want the bedroom to have an adjoining bathroom, so they want a master bedroom and a master bathroom, which is perfectly reasonable. Okay. We're gonna be fine. I think we got this. I don't see anything that specifies the kind of walls that they prefer for the exterior. Right? Just says an open garage and ponds for the exterior. Alright. Well, for the walls, I guess, I do like the idea of having a brick wall. I just like brick. Am I crazy for that? I just like brick. Alright, so we will come over this direction, I think. Let's go something like that. That's 1,337 square feet. How much did they need? They need 1,184, so we went a little bit too big. Okay. We could pull this back a little bit. Okay, if we go this wall here. Okay. To like 21 foot there. How's that? Okay, that gets us what we want. It's a little bigger than what they requested, but it's close enough. All right. The reason I wanted to do that is I wanted this to be specific. Now, do they have any requests for the roof? Like, out here, I would expect a gabled roof. But, I don't know. Does it tell us what kind of roof they want? Okay, if we go to the roof. Ooh, I actually like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. All right, and then of course we can go with our finishing, and we can paint the roof. Roofing, what kind of tiles do we want? I feel like fish scale tiles or diamond. I think diamond would work. There we go. I think that works. All right. They want an open, let's go back down here. They wanted an open garage. How do we even do that? Like, what qualifies as an open garage? Like, no garage door? Okay, so this would be an open garage. Okay. Good to know. So we put that there. So that fulfills the garage requirement. All right. We need a pond outside as well. I think the pond goes out this side. So let's go ahead and try to do that. So we want some sort of, whoops. Want some sort of pond. What kind of pond? I mean, that's cute, but I do like this. Or something simple like this. Problem is, like, it doesn't really go well in the Alps. Like, how are we not keeping this, or how are we keeping this from freezing, you know? Let's put that there. All right. Now we've got to partition everything up inside. We've met the exterior requirement. So we need a living room, a dining room, a kitchen. The bedroom and bathroom need to be adjoining, so a master bed and bath, and then a washroom separate. We don't need a laundry room in this one, but we do need a dining room. Okay. So again, I'm feeling like the most obvious entryway is here. So let's start with that. We'll start with the doorway for the front. What kind of doorway are we looking for? It's got to be an exterior door. And I'm thinking something warm and cozy. Something like this. Let's put it over here. I think that's fair. Also, I feel like the windows, if you do have windows for your like doorway, I feel like they should add to the windows for the actual property. All right, so now that we've got that, we need to figure out where our exact areas are going to be. Now, I want this area over here to be the master bedroom. So we're going to go ahead and partition that now. We'll use some partitions. We'll use plasterboard partitions. I want this to be the master bedroom. Right? Okay, and there has to be an adjoining bathroom. So that's going to be 10 feet by 10 feet. Okay. Then we've got how do we want to do this? I feel like the dining area makes sense here. So maybe we do like a open floor plan for the kitchen, dining area, and front room, or living room. We also need to have a washroom, so we got to keep that in mind. So I'm thinking putting the washroom over here. How far is that? You gonna tell me? You're not gonna tell me? Okay. Okay. So that's our washroom. We've got our master bathroom. We've got our kitchen, I think, is going to be over this direction. I think the dining is going to be here. Or do we have the living? I think the living room needs to be on the side facing there. So maybe this is the kitchen right here. That way we keep all the wet stuff on one side of the house, preferably. What up, Jess? Am I the world's greatest architect? Absolutely. Nobody does it better. All right, so this will be the kitchen area. We'll go ahead and partition that off now. Actually, cancel that. Let's move this over a little bit further. And then I should be able to put my partition straight across. There we go. So this will be the kitchen. And then our living room is going to be right here. And then our dining room will be adjoining here. So we'll just split these basically right down the middle. All right, now, if I click on this wall, I should be able to delete the wall, but it keeps the partition. And the same thing for here. So we delete that, but we keep the rooms separated, right? So now we have our kitchen area. We have our uh, I guess this would be the dining area. We'll have it kind of like over here, and then this will be the living room. Make sense? I think that works. All right, so let's go ahead and call everything what it is. How do we do that? I forget. Like if I select this, okay, configuration. So this will be our living room. This will be our dining room. This will be our kitchen. This will be our washroom. This will be our bathroom. And this will be our bedroom. I know you said they must be adjoining. I got you. Relax. Relax. We haven't put in any doors yet. It'll be okay, I promise. Okay. So, now that we got that, it's time to put in some doors. So we got some interior doorways to put in. So what kind of doorways do we want to use in this house? Like the basic white doorways are nice, but I feel like for a retired couple, they would want to have more like cozy sort of deals. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking something like this. And the doorway is going to open into the living room. Or into, no, we want to turn the doorway to open into the bedroom. There we go. In terms of the adjoining bathroom, we will have this doorway open into the bedroom. Then as far as the washroom goes, we want the door to open into the living room. And that should be all of our doorways. Okay. Now we just got to figure everything out. Long, thank you for becoming the newest member on the channel. Appreciate you, my dude. Audrey, good to see you. Where's the red room going to be? Yeah. We got to get some windows. Let's get our windows in while we're thinking about it. So we need a lot of windows in this place, and I don't disagree with that. I think they are right on the money with needing a lot of windows. And again, I want them to feel kind of cozy. So I'm thinking these like wooden windows would be a good one. Or these cottage windows might be nice. Like I'm thinking these would be perfect for like right here. Snapping is on. So put that there. Whoa. Put that there. Okay. Now, in terms of other windows, like, I think we just stick with the same windows, to be honest. I'm kind of upset that it won't let me place that window where I want. Let me just grab this. If I turn snapping off, I should be able to move it. There we go. I want that window to be right there. Ish. Maybe that's a little too close. I can't tell. I think it's right. I think it's right. Could go with a bit of a bigger window here. Something like that. That. obviously we don't want windows in the actual thing. Alright. Maybe we can go with some smaller windows. See, I just don't like the look of these smaller windows at all. I kind of like our cottage windows. You can put 2 of these in here. Okay. I want a gigantic, like, window there. We need 3 more windows, but I'm feeling like we need some sort of massive window there. So let's go for a large cottage window. These are going to be like the staple. Honestly, I wish that I had a way to do even better than that. Like, I would like that whole side to be like one continuous window. But I think that'll work. I think it accomplishes its mission. If we're going to do that, though, I feel like we need to move this over a little bit closer to the edge. And then maybe put this a little bit more central. Okay, so we're running into that issue with the partition thing again. Well, that's annoying. I want these. I'm gonna go ahead and like grab these, delete them. I'm gonna put the big windows there. There we go. That gives us a nice look outside. Okay, we've hit our window requirement. I hate that these windows are offset now because of the way that our room is. Not gonna lie, that's driving me bonkers. Also, apparently, I goofed on this particular wall. Let me delete that. We are actually going to need to put our partition back in. I apparently didn't get it squared. There we go. And now we click on this, delete it. Okay. This is the living room. This is the dining room. All right. And now this should be able to move over just a little bit further. And now we've got it a little bit more balanced. Perfect. All right. I think we're good. I think we're on to something. The only thing I would say would be this window needs to be changed now. So let's go ahead and delete that window and put in our big cottage window. That kind of messes with the flow of the area now. All right, we just got to space these out a little better. We've got this one where we want it. So these ones need to... see, I can't move this one over any further because of the partition. At least I don't think I can. We can put it there. Then we can move this one over just a bit. There we go. That's a little better. It's not perfect, but it should work. Just trying to space everything out a little bit better. All right. Everything else should be pretty straightforward. Yeah, I hope you're having a good night too there, Ender. M Snap, how's it going? Appreciate you dropping in. Hope you're having a good night. All right, so let's check on what does our kitchen need. Let's go ahead and finish the kitchen. So we need a sink, we need a cooktop, and we need base units. At least one base unit. All right, so if I'm going to do cooking in the kitchen, I mean, I feel like the sink would be on the wet side, right? Like we got all the wet stuff of the house is right here. So we would want the sink to be either along this wall, since we would have our plumbing running through here, or we would have it like the plumbing running through the partition, so we would want the sink to be there. And then we could do the cooking here. Okay. I think we got it. So what we want to do is go ahead and go into furnishing. We want to go into kitchen. Did I miss it? Okay, there it is. All right, so we want to have our sinks over on the edge. I think a nice double sink here. Fancy. Yeah, I think this will work. Let's turn snapping on. There we go. How do we want to do it? Do we want it centered? Let's put it there for now. Let's grab a base unit. This is kind of the look that we're going with. So we'll put that in the corner. Okay, so the sink will attach to that. All right. Feel like that's fine. Actually, I want to move this out just a little bit. Attach this to that. Perfect. And then we will have large base unit if we can. There isn't a larger base unit, is there? We just got to use the same one over and over again. See, here's the deal. Like, I know this is supposed to... Like, why do they not have a corner base unit? Like, I need a corner. You know what I mean? I need a corner. But we'll just go with this. Alright, plenty of cooking area, right? This would be like where the refrigerator would go. In terms of stove and oven, I mean, I feel like... Let's go ahead and remove this one. We are going to use... I mean, it's grandma. She's got to have an oven, right? Like, she's got to have an oven. It's in the rules. Like, we could go full, like... But I feel like that's more like restaurant. I think something like this will work. Oops. Hold that thought. Can I grab this and delete? I need to configure this. Well, it's got to be white. Okay. So the white is fine. We just got to change the color of this one to a little bit darker. How do we do that? Wait, what? No. I just don't like that it's a different colored cooktop. It's annoying. I mean, technically, we're going to be putting it... Never mind. We're fine. We're going to be changing the... I just wish I could change the color of that wood grain a little bit. It's also going in a different direction as the rest of these, which is a little bit annoying. But that's fine. It'll be fine. In terms of a top cooktop, I mean... Did we see what the... It just says range essential. It doesn't say electric or gas. Ceramic integrated hood. Let's go with that. Oh god, that's a lot bigger than you'd expect. Okay. Snapping is on. Why is it so big? I guess we're going with gas. Am I crazy, or is the game, like, really hating me right now? Like, why is none of these cooktops actually fit on top of the goddamn... It's like none of them actually fit. What? No. Back. Well, that's annoying. Like, I feel like this is the one that's closest. I gotta try to get this to actually fit. Best we can, anyway. They're just being hateful. You know what? I think we bite the bullet and just go for the big fat one. This is the one with the integrated hood, right? Oh, but it ain't gonna let me do that, is it? No, because it wants it to sit over the top. God, it wants to be on one surface. Why does it have to be so hateful? Alright, well, we're gonna put it right there as best we can. Just close your eyes, it's fine. What up, Arrow? How's it going? Tin Man? Put the small black one in. In terms of, like, this one, it's got the actual, like, that's actually not a bad idea. Because it kind of goes, like, black goes with everything. It's not a bad idea. We could put the big one in. But I feel like that's a little much. It's just a single couple. You know what? I like your idea. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll put this one in. We'll do that. So there's your cooktop and your oven. Because, you know, Grandma got to do her bacon. All right. We will get we'll get all the finishing and stuff in later. I'm just looking at individual rooms now. So we did the kitchen. Kitchen's got all of its required things. Let's go ahead and do our living room. So from a living room perspective, I feel like we got to have a fireplace in here. But where are we going to put that fireplace? Because that's going to require... I feel like the fireplace goes right between those... Hold on. If we go here, we go to the heating, we put in a nice little fireplace. Do we go with the... Oh, that's massive. Well, that's too big. And I can't get it to put right there. Okay, well, I guess we go with something a little bit more modern. All right, now you're irritating me. Turn the snapping off. But I need the snapping on to snap it to the wall. All right, hold it. Hold it. Let's put that there. Put that there. Okay, now we should be able to put that fireplace in between. Right? Close enough? Close enough. All right, there's our fireplace. All right, now we need some sort of sofa. Let me see. We were on the living room. So we need armchair, sofa, and a coffee table. Okay, so let's get our coffee table figured out. So again, something simple, homey. Something like this actually probably works. All right, you're killing me. Okay, there we go. I think that's about right. So when we bring it over here. Something like that. Nope. All right, turn snapping off. You're killing me. All right, we want this to be about there, I think. That'll work. And now, in terms of sofa, I mean, it's Grandma and Grandpa. I'm thinking a nice plush sofa of some kind. That's way too modern for Grandpa and Grandpa. That's Grandpa and Grandma right there. All right, let's change the color if we can. All of those are pretty hideous. I'm thinking just something like brown or black. Yeah, I think the black works. We'll just go with black. All right. Select it, rotate it, put this right about there. Right in front of the fireplace, got the coffee table, the couch. They can walk around to get to the door for their bedroom. That's perfectly fine. How does the living room not have enough heat? I mean, there's a goddamn fireplace in it. Does that not produce heat? It says it's supposed to. I think we just got to keep putting more heat in the house. It's probably because this is all one room, even though it's not. I mean, it's all technically one open area, so maybe it just needs more heat in the area. Okay, let's go. What is next? So kitchen is done. Dining room would be next. Let's go ahead and figure this out. So we need a table and a chair. Or more specifically, a table and 2 chairs. So let's go ahead and do that next. So that's bedroom, kitchen, dining room. Here we go. So what kind of table we looking at? Oh, that's fancy. That's too fancy for Grandma and Grandpa. They don't need like a epoxy. I think something just straight up normal. All right, I think this will be fine. I do like this angle. If I can get it to sit. Oh, but the doorway. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna have to go with this. We got to leave ourselves enough room to put chairs. Boy, I wish there was a way to like snap the rotation to like 90 degrees. I'm sure there is. I'm just an idiot. There we go. That's pretty close. All right, let's go with that. And then we're going to need chairs. And again, I'm thinking something just pretty straightforward, normal chairs. I mean, that seems like something Grandma and Grandpa would have. Yeah, I think just some like regular old dining chairs, honestly. So put one there. One there. Come on. There we go. There we go. All right, so there's our little dining area. Doesn't need to be anything too crazy. Just in case we have company over, we got a couple of extra seats. All right, so next we need our washroom, which needs a toilet. We are going to put a sink in the washroom this time because I don't like not having a sink. So we will go for washroom. This will be the like normal toilet. So for like company. So I'm thinking, you know, put it in a relatively central spot if we can. And then the sink will go along the other side. So we'll take a wash basin. Some of these are just too modern. I think this is probably about as good as we need. Let's rotate it. There we go. Seems about right. So that is the small bathroom. Let's go in for the adjoining bathroom. So we need a bath or shower. I mean, no offense to Grandma and Grandpa, I'm sure they love to soak in a bath, but I feel like a shower, like a walk-in shower, makes the most sense for an elderly couple. You know, something that they're not going to trip and hurt themselves, or you know what I mean. We can go a little bit fancy here, I think. Like I love this shower. Let's see what other bathtubs we got. We got bathtubs too. Ooh. You know what? Grandma and Grandpa's gonna have them a nice little spa, right? Give them something to clear their aching bones, and they will also have a less fancy shower option. That way, you know, if they just want to take a shower, they can take a shower. But if they want a bath, they take a bath. You know what I'm saying? They have a, you know, this is their retirement home, right? This is where they're gonna hang out. What else do we need? I didn't look. Bathroom requires a wash basin. We'll give them a toilet too. So we'll do that. So wash basin. Let's go with. Okay, this is the master bathroom. So I'm thinking we rotate it this way. Boy, I hate when it snaps in the middle. Like, I just want it to be in the middle. Is there a way to change, like, the grid? That would be nice. Could put this on this wall, maybe. Yeah, let's do that there. And then we will put the toilet. And this being Grandma and Grandpa's master bathroom. Let's give him an eco toilet. There we go. Perfect. Alright, so that's their bathroom. Now, I think the last thing we got to do is their bedroom, right? And then we got to do our finishing. So they just need a double bed of some sort, right? Alright, so let's go with bedroom. Grandma and Grandpa get a nice bed. I mean, let's be honest. I feel like that's a bit too modern. Something like this seems like Grandpa and Grandma, or something like this. I think this probably makes the most sense. Let's see if we can't change the color. Okay, let's change this to... No, because that changes the color of everything. Ugh. I guess we're going with the white. I think we're just going with the regular white. All right, now where would this bed be? Now I think that the perfect place for this bed would be, you know, with this. I think we rotate it this way, and we kind of put it. Oh, it's not going to let me snap it to the middle, is it? All right, well, let's turn snapping off. I can't do it. I can't do it. I gotta have... Alright, we'll put that there. I would like to have some sort of night table here, too. I don't know if that's possible. Those are considered coffee tables. Do we not have, like, nightstands? It's offices... Yeah, don't really have... Okay, here's comfort. Okay, so we have stools, armchairs, sofas, appliances. Oh, we can actually... Dude, there's so much more that you can do to this. Holy crap. Base units, islands. Oh my god, you can do so much more to this game. I had no idea. I had no idea. Alright, we got some more work to do. Holy crap. I didn't even put any lighting in my house. I didn't even think about this stuff. Man. There's so much more that you can do. Plants. Garden stuff. Outdoor plants. I mean... Electronics, so like we can put in like TVs and stuff. Grandma and Grandpa can be doing a little bit of piano or drumming. You know, I ain't judging. Wow, there's a lot more to this game than I thought. Okay, well, I mean, we just found a whole new tab. And it seems like a good way to waste a lot of money. I'm not gonna lie. All right, let's... The problem is they don't really have, like, what I'm looking for in terms of, like, just regular old tables. They do have this hood here. I'm gonna let them decorate themselves. I'm not gonna go too crazy, because otherwise I'll spend a ton of money. I will put in the fume hood for the kitchen. Like, that makes sense. let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so now they've got the fume hood. Storage, kitchen. We got shelves. Wall units. Don't really have anything that fits with our current situation, do we? Gotta have like a spice rack or something, right? At minimum. I feel like we've got enough like storage space under like the cabinets and stuff. But I feel like Grandma would have some sort of spice rack. So maybe we put that over here. Far enough away from the stove that it doesn't like get greasy and nasty. Yeah, they gotta work. Alright, I think that's everything. We just now gotta go through and do our decorations. Now, what kind of decorating do we want to do? Like, I'm feeling like this is going to have to be, again, I know I'm going to repeat a lot of the same things, I would imagine. Because I feel like we're screwing ourselves over if we don't. We want to go to finishing. So we want to go with heating. We got to do some heating. Honestly, I don't like the heater getting, like, taking up too much room. So I just feel like it's going to be kind of an afterthought here. We're just going to put that there. Dining room. Oh, man. I don't really have a spot for the dining room base heater. That there. And then in Grandma and Grandpa's room. That there. Stop turning on me. There we go. Heating is officially finished. Right? So we have enough heat in the house now? Is that what that means? So everybody's got heat. Okay. So we have enough heat for the entire place now, so that's good. I think it's silly to have a base heater in a goddamn room with a freaking fireplace, but what do I know? What do I know? What else am I missing? I feel like Grandma's missing a window for her kitchen. Let's go ahead and get a window. We like our cottage windows. So maybe something... You're gonna hate me, aren't you? Of course you are. Why do you have to be so hateful? If we turn the snapping off, that allows me to place it where I want it. I want it right there. Thank you. There we go. Now they've got nice natural lighting in the kitchen as well. That way Grandma doesn't feel like she's in a dungeon every time she's cooking. Morning, Palm. This game is called Architect Life, I think. It's a house design simulator sort of deal. Okay, what else do we need? We've got everything else. I don't think we need an island. I like the open floor plan. I don't want to make it any more claustrophobic. I think we just start doing floors. Okay, so floors in particular. I'm thinking we go with a wooden floor in the dining room. Mahogany. Acacia. Little walnut. Let's go with walnut. Walnut in there. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, and then we got to have a carpet in the living room. So I'm thinking... The only downside is they don't really have a lot of options for the carpet. I think we go with like a white carpet in there. That way it's a little bit separate. And then in Grandma and Grandpa's room, again, honestly, white carpet's probably fine in their room as well. There we go. Now, honestly, I've seen like master bedroom or master bathrooms have like carpet. It's a little weird to me to have carpet in a bathroom. Usually I expect like some sort of tile flooring in a bathroom. Just because if you have a mess, you can clean it up. It doesn't cause any like actual damage. So I think we'll have some sort of tile. Do we want ceramic tile? I think we give Grandma a like marble kitchen floor. I think that would be kind of cool. Calcutta. Yeah, I think this would be good for the kitchen. There we go. A little bit of something different. I don't know if that hexagon's the right one though. Now that I'm seeing it. Delete the texture. Maybe we go with rectangles. There we go. Ah, that's not bad. Okay. And then in terms of the bathrooms, definitely in... Okay, I'm gonna do this. I think for the like guest bathroom, I think we gotta go with some sort of tile, right? So I'm thinking like a black tile in there. And then in the master bathroom, I think we put in a little bit of carpet for Grandma and Grandpa. And we'll make it black. There we go. Because I feel like Grandma and Grandpa is going to be a little bit more careful with their bathroom, you know. So I want them to be able to be barefoot and not have to be cold tile floors, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't think they have any options for, like, heated tile in this game. So I'm just looking out for Grandma and Grandpa, you know. Alright, what else we got? So that is our flooring taken care of. Now we got to do our walls. Now, again, I like exposed brick, but I think we only keep the exposed brick by the fireplace. Everywhere else, I feel like, is going to get some sort of, like, paper or something. So in the kitchen, again, I feel like we have to have some sort of ceramic tile. We've got a white floor, so that would lead me to believe we have, like, a darker background. So let's go, like, what, you're not going to let me put... Can I not put this on the wall? Oh, it's the wrong thing. I gotta go to the wall. I was like, why aren't you just working? Because you're on the wrong one, dummy. Alright. So again, I think we go with like a glossy black glass. I think that could look good. Specifically there. Do we go with that? For the entire kitchen? I feel like it's too much black. All right, let's try. I don't want to go cinder blocks. Granite white, no. How about this? Let's try this. What does that look like? Okay, that's not bad. It's got a little bit of black in there. Okay, can I live with it? I can live with that. I'm not. I don't know. I'm not sold on it. I'm not. I'm not sold on it. Maybe a granite. Let's see what that looks like. It's like a cream color. Not sold. Not sold on it. What does it look like if we just go white? It's very white. I'm just thinking from a cleaning perspective. You're going to have to clean this area up, so tile's easier to clean than everything else. But I'm not sold on it. Okay, let's try. Okay, that actually, I think that's it. I think that's the color we're going for. That's like a gray tile. Oh, yeah. Now we're talking. Now, okay, we're good. That's the color we're going with for that. We're good. All right, so this area here, I think we need some sort of... see, we're going to keep this brick over here. So let's go ahead and do that while we're thinking about it. Man, you can go fancy if you want. In terms of brick, what kind of brick do we want to go? Like, we're doing a lot of black and white. What does black brick look like in this? If we go with that. I mean, it kind of fits. Kind of fits. Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Now, what do we do with this area over here? The entryway into the dining room. Okay, we've got a wooden floor. So I'm thinking like white of some kind, but then we've got white everywhere. And then going into the black here is kind of awkward. So maybe we just go with black. So that at least the wall kind of fits and you don't have like super clashing colors. Okay, I don't hate that. All right, now we just got to figure out what we're going to do with this. If we did black on the actual wall there, honestly, I think we could keep black in here. Just make the interior wall kind of very similar. There we go. And again, I kind of want to put some tile or something in here. How do we want to paint these walls? Could do like stucco. See what stucco looks like. It's not bad. I'm not sold on it. Could do some sort of wallpaper. I'm not a big fan of wallpapers, I'll be honest. I feel like wallpapers are a bit odd at times. Let's go with... No. No. I like the stucco more than that. Yeah, I think we stick with the stucco. I think it's fine. Stucco's fine. All right, now in here, I mean, we're gonna do some tile, I think. Let's go with like cream tile, maybe. There we go. And then put stucco. There's also plaster. Stucco there. I'm not 100% sold on the black brick. It's not bad though. What up, Noriko? Is this Sims? No, this is Architect Life House Design Simulator. You're not going to make any money? I mean, I haven't actually looked to see how much money we're making. We had a bigger budget on this one than we did the last one. So I feel like we're okay. I haven't done any sort of lighting, though. I feel like we need to do some lighting. But I think we're at least done with all of the finishing. So now we just need to do some lighting. So if we go to decorating, lighting. In terms of wall lights, what do we got? If we go outdoor lighting, okay, we've got some. I always like these kind of lights for like the doorway. Yeah, I think we put these. Can't put this above the door? Kind of weird. Okay. Well, there we got some lighting for the outer door. We didn't put a garage door. But that's fine. We don't need a door into the garage. They can come out and get into their car. It's an open garage, right? All right. What else do we need? Some sort of like wall lighting inside. Or ceiling lights. So we got some funky lights. Just like some recessed ceiling lights. Straightforward, simple. Something like that. We'll do something different there. In terms of... Come on! Thank you. It's driving me crazy. Let's do like one there, one there. Should be plenty of lighting. Now, for the dining room, I kind of want to do some sort of like fancier lighting. Maybe something like that. Just in case. Curse it. Is there a way to rotate slightly? No, not really. Okay, that's perfect. Beautiful. All right, I think... Wait, we're missing furnishing? Like, what are we missing? What are we missing? Because according to this, we've got all the furnishing we need. Unless, of course, it's talking about the outer walls. I have to actually paint those. Roofing, wall, floor. I kind of would like a wood out exterior. What do you guys think? Wood logs? What does that look like? I mean, it is the Alps, right? Okay, what does that look like, though? It's cute. What do you guys think? Do we go with the logs? What up, Lucky? How's it going? Camaro, good to see you. They'd all end up 10% house, 90% garage. Yeah, I hear you there, Camaro. I kind of like the logs. All right, so apparently you do have to actually paint the outside. You can't just leave it brick. You have to like actually paint it, which is annoying. But we got everything that we need, so I guess we just go ahead and call it there. I think I have. I think I've confirmed it. I didn't look to see like what kind of profit we're looking. So hold that thought. What if we go here, we should be able to look at our budget. So total budget's 131,000. Our estimated profit's going to be about 11,700 with this. I feel like we did everything we need. Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and end. Now we got to select our contractors. Okay, so we want to use the best contractor that we can. So that's costing us $56,000 out of the $63,000 we had. So that leaves us only making like, what, about $6,000? If we go with that. That's fine. And we should make our deadline. We have about 25 days for potential delays. Now for my favorite part, let's see what it looks like as they build it. An accident? A delivery truck overturned and 2 employees were injured. Well, that's not my fault. We'll have to replace them with temporary workers. Well, that sounds awful, but we can't afford to replace them. So, plus 5 days, that's fine. I'm not paying for extra cost. It's not my fault these idiots are crashing. Weather? Well, let's take the time to redo everything. It's hailing in the Alps! Am I missing something? How in the world do you get hail in the middle of the goddamn Alps? Have destroyed some of our work. Well, let's redo everything. That's an extra 4 days. We'll go ahead and take the time to redo everything. 4 days. We still have plenty of time. Hail in the Alps. Now what? A wood shortage in the Alps? Oh, brother. Another 3 days? That's fine. We're good. Cutting into my profit, man. The house is ready. Woohoo! We're definitely not making much money off of this, but I can't walk. Like, okay, well. All right, let's take a photo there. Can't really do much to take photo down that way. Open the door. Walk into our dining room. We've got lighting over top of the table here. The fireplace is roaring. Let's go ahead and take a photo there. Look at how nice that looks. We got our kitchen to our right. We got our guest bathroom. Looks pretty good. Walk around to our master bedroom. I swear I put this door to open into the bedroom, did I not? Must not have. It's fine. But looks good in here. I mean, look at this. Really very nice little master bedroom action. And then, of course, our master bathroom. Complete with a spa for Grandma and Grandpa. A nice, bigger toilet for them. We got our sink here. We didn't put like a medicine cabinet or anything in here. Probably should have had that. Didn't think about that. If they have it. But we got a walk-in shower if they need it. Or if they feel like soaking their bones in the old spa, they can do that. And it's carpeted. So there's not as much of a slip hazard for Grandma and Grandpa. Getting out of the tub and so on. You know? I think that's perfect. All right. Well, I think... Well, actually, we should probably try to take a picture. There we go. Perfect. I think Grandma and Grandpa is going to enjoy this. What do you guys think? I think this is a nice little second home. What up, Nugget? How's it going? Tuna, how's it going? Look at that, though, man. Look at the God rays coming through the beautiful windows. Look at the view. I mean, just absolutely beautiful. We got our frog pond. I forgot about that. We should go look at the frog pond. I don't know if there's going to be any frogs out there, given the fact that it's freaking the Alps. But we got our little garage over here, little carport action. I must be very tall, or this garage is very short. One or the other. But our little home away from home, heated, we'll call it a heated frog pond. You know. Perfect. I think this is a nice little place. Not bad. All right, let's leave the site visit. Continue and save. And we will confirm. Oh, we can save all the pictures. Well, yeah. I mean, I want to save the pictures. Why would I take them if I didn't want to save them? I don't know what the bonus perks one is, but we did 100%. I think we did everything we need to do. Your clients are happy with your work. The project was a success. Of course it was, because I did it. Of course it's going to be a success. What up, Adam? We made $5,600 on that. Not a lot of money made on that particular one, but still, profit is profit. So we'll take it. There you have it. Project 1, Project 2. If we continue, what would the next... I'm not going to go ahead and start another one, because I got to get some recording done for tomorrow. But we can at least get an idea what they want for us. Sapin less thermos. Oh, they want a two-story structure. Okay. Interesting. And then, of course, we have the Barbale project. Again, another two-story, 6,700 square foot lot with 1,700 square feet surface area that they want a two-story. Interesting. Vanzigant. Is that how that's pronounced? 1,600, 1,700, 1,776. I mean, that one's calling my name for the sole purpose of the fact that it's 1,776 square feet. Like, if that doesn't scream America, nothing does. But I think we are going to call it there. We've done a pretty good job. We've completed our first two projects. It's taken me a little while to get our, creative juices flowing, but I think I did okay. Let me know if you guys want to see any more of this on the channel. I'm always open to new games. I try to find some new stuff to check out. And if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Have a great night, everybody.